Hello, Barb.
Hey, Ron. What's up?
Hey, I hear we're going to have another great one. 10 minutes. All right.
You betcha. Oh.
So I'll introduce myself first. I'm Ron Rogers with OCALI, and it's always a delight to be here with Barb. And I think she's got a great topic for us today. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. Barb Chantilly Green, happy to be here with the Ron Rogers from Ohio's UDL Collaborative. So great to be here. Yes, we are going to talk about metacognition today, Ron.
Well, now, wait, Barb, I don't think I've ever used anything with that many letters in it on this show. That's huge. You're just taking us to the top here with something like that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word.
Kicking it up a notch.
A lot of notches. I don't even know how many letters are in that word. That's a lot.
So we'll break it down. We'll break it down into meta, and then we'll break it down into cognition. So metacognition. Meta, it means about.
Oh.
And cognition is thinking. So metacognition is how do we, as humans, how do our learners, how do we think about our own thinking? Like, are we even aware of ourselves as learners and how we think? So does that make it a little easier to understand?
It does. It's very familiar with the one it sounds a lot like episode 24, which was the episode right before this one.
It does. And it wasn't even planned that way.
No, because we don't plan.
I wonder if our viewers are kind of getting that sense. Like, man, if they would just plan a little more.
Yeah, if we did, it'd be pretty dry.
It would be. Yeah, so I ran across this article, Ron, that we are going to put as a resource for everybody. It's from the Center for Innovation and Excellence in Learning. And the article is 10 metacognitive teaching strategies. And I thought the alignment with UDL was just crystal clear. To me, it was just like, this is UDL. And so I just thought we could talk about what does it really look like when a learner has good, strong metacognitive skills. So,
yeah. And
what do you like?
I love strategies. And you said there's 10 strategies in the article. So I'm sitting here thinking, I can't wait to download the article. Heck, Barb and Ron, it doesn't matter what they say today. I want the article.
That's right. Well, I'll give a little sneak peek into the article because one of the things that I have provided to our intervention specialists here is a checklist, a couple of different checklists that are in this handout to start using with kids, like to have kids think about themselves and answer these questions so that you kind of have a sense after you finish it of where you are strong in your metacognitive and planning skills and where you might need a little help. So like I picked one out. It says, I organize my time to best accomplish my goals. And so it's a reflective piece and you answer that question, where are you on that? So it's, for one thing, as a tool, it just helps everybody kind of understand what is metacognition. So I like that from the adult perspective because it's going to get us all on the same page. But so the alignment to UDL, one of the things that a strong learner has strong metacognitive skills, they self-assess frequently so that they kind of know what they know and know what they don't, figure out what's working for them and what isn't. So does that sound like an expert learner or what?
That sounds like an expert learner. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? I think I do that. And sometimes people will call me out because they'll go, hey, Ron, are you there? And I'm still reflecting on what they said, and I'm trying to put it in the real world and I'm trying to see how it's going to work. I'm already testing it and reassessing it and thinking about how it fits me, or I'm thinking about how I just did something. Did I do it, real well? So yeah, I like this. Keep going. This is a good path.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of my daughter. She's so gracious when I bring her up in these videos because one of the things when she transitioned from high school to college, And she went to a college that was very much about collaboration and talking things through and this open kind of format to discuss the learning goal. And at one point she said to me, I just wish they would tell me what they want me to do. And I said, but what do you know about it? What do you already know about? What do you need to know about it? I just want them to tell me, because that's what she was used to. The school she went through, spit it to them and they spit it back out, And so I think this is asking for something different. Like, what do you already know about this? What don't you? And then the other, another feature is, how do they self-monitor the strategies that they're using to learn? So, for example, I am a very, I get off task a little bit. I'm sure that's just so surprising to you, Ron, but
Barb Gentili Green gets off task. No.
So when I'm sitting here to do work, I have all these little sticky notes. Look at them. I've got like all my little tiny sticky notes, because I have to. That's my strategy. That is my strategy to keep myself focused. And so I have to think about that every now and then. And I think, how are those strategies working? So one of the things I used to do, Ron, and I still do it, I have these big, long lists.
Oh, yeah.
And I realized that wasn't working for me, because it was more than I could get accomplished in a day.
Oh.
So I had to think of a different strategy. So, then I went to this size of a sticky note. And I still wasn't feeling that sense of accomplishment. So I went to a little one, so that every time I'm done, I can wad it up and throw it away.
Oh, that's a good feeling too, isn't it?
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling. Yeah. So, I think that we need to talk with our kids about this a little bit. Like, what are you thinking about right now? What is helping you learn right now?
I love it. I love it. And I'm wondering what they'll say back.
Right.
And now, Barb, I'm thinking, I need help though I can't just observe myself and do it all myself. I like to have process observer, because I want someone else's thoughts and I want it to go through them sometimes too. Do you think it would be okay to ask someone else maybe? And then how might that look if I did that? How would that?
Right. And that's what I like this article, because it talks about what are some of the things that we as teachers can do. And so sometimes one of the easiest kind of things I ask teachers when I'm coaching them on UDL is to sometimes just stop in the middle of their session and ask the kid, what are you thinking about right now? Is your thinking about what we were just talking about? Was you thinking on something?
Could be dangerous.
Something else? Like, are you focused, or do you need a little help? And so I just gave you a lot of information. So what's the best way for you to remember this? What would you like to do? Here are some different options.
Wow.
So I do think that is one way as a teacher can do it. In our last one, you were talking about a student as a process observer, and that just blew me away, because I love that idea, but I have never thought about that. So, what if my friend next door tells me, what, Barb, I've been looking over at you, and you haven't been doing any of the work that the teacher just gave us. So, what do you need to do to get back on task? So I think it's a great idea, because on our journey, just like becoming an expert learner, on our journey, we need feedback. And it really doesn't matter who that feedback comes from, but we need it.
Okay, so we got 30 seconds left. So real quick, this is my summary. You know what? I need someone that I trust to give me the feedback. And I need someone that I can trust to do all those things. I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to say Ron's out.
That's a great summary, Ron. Trust is such an important part in our relationships with our learners, and I always value that you bring that to us. So with that, Barb is out, and we'll see you next time on 10 Minutes with Barb and Ron.
See ya. YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.